Hi, and welcome to another week of the Working Mom Podcast. Again, I am so glad you're here to join us. This is episode 15, and today we are going to focus on being real. But first, let me back up and say that thank you everyone for supporting me and loving me, and for those of you who reached out to me in kind ways about my story that I chose to share. I was very scared about some things that might happen. Retaliation, nasty text messages and calls and whatnot, which, by the way, I did get. But for the most part, everyone was extremely loving, and it's been my most listened to episode so far. So I think it's really important that I shared that, so you know a little bit more about me, and that you know you can overcome, you can live through things and be a stronger person. It doesn't mean that you wanted them to happen, but I think growth comes in the hard seasons in life and not so much the easy seasons in life. So in light of that, I wanted to talk about just being real, being who you are, and not holding back because of opinions other people might have about you or what anyone's going to think about you. I really, really feel it's important to be genuine. And Rachel Hollis says this in her first book, Girl Wash Your Face, and it's extremely good advice she got from her therapist. Other people's opinions about you are not your business. And it's so true. Sometimes we can fixate on tiny things that really mean nothing. We can think, oh, I walked by and that person gave me a dirty look, and they really didn't give a dirty look to you, and you've been fixating on this thing for 2 weeks, and you've wasted all this time and energy on caring about what someone else thought about you instead of just showing up and being who you are and saying, if that person doesn't like me, then do I really want to be liked by them? Probably not. Or maybe they just don't know you very well, and they were having a bad day, and they, just seeing things from other people's perspective instead of just your own, and making everything about you. Like today, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have wet hair because I just got out of the shower, because I actually went to Zumba tonight, because I am not having a great couple of weeks. Mentally, I am exhausted. My son is, and I shared this, he is still not sleeping great. He is just not cooperating. He's being a toddler, and he's screaming and yelling, and occasionally he has hit me with things because I won't give him things or do what he wants, and he doesn't even know what he wants sometimes. I ask him if he wants to wear a specific shirt. He says no, and he screams. And then I go grab another shirt, and he's like, no, I want that one. So he's just really indecisive, and it's pretty exhausting. And I'm a working mom, a full-time working mom. It is not fun right now for me to come home after work and deal with that, then not sleep and wake up for the little sleep that I do have to a kid who's being a complete turd in the morning. So that's the reality of what I'm going through, and I'm always going to share where I'm at, and I'm always going to share my feelings, and I'm always going to be real. The difference between being professional and being real is still being yourself while maintaining your professionalism. Not everybody needs to know that I'm not getting any sleep. Not everybody needs to know that my son is getting a turd. Although if people ask me about my family life, I will certainly tell them my son is being a turd and I'm getting zero sleep. I'm exhausted. But being real doesn't also just mean sharing every single bit of yourself all of the time, but it really is focusing on who you are, that God made you to be, and not being afraid to live it out, not being afraid to show who you are. I guarantee you, if you're a friend of mine, when I show up, you know who I am. You know, you can trust what I say. I'm an honest person. You know, I am loud sometimes and opinionated. I like to have a good time. You know, I am outgoing. People can get to know me really easy, and I'm just okay with not everybody liking me. It doesn't mean that I don't like, that I'm okay with everybody not liking me. I mean, I am okay with it, but I am really not saying, yes, everybody don't like me. I want people to like me. Of course I do. But if they don't, I'm okay with that, and I move on with my life, because I'm okay with who I am as a person. Is there room for growth? Of course. But being me all the time around people and not constantly having to worry about how other people are perceiving me in a sense of, do they like me? Did I say this okay? Did I do that okay? Self-reflection and evaluation on how you present to people can be really important, especially in growing yourself. You really always do need to be evaluating yourself, taking the next step, growing, and making sure that you are moving forward and making continuous progress, but for who you want to be, who you want to show other people that you're caring and that you're loving and that you're passionate about certain things, but not being so caught up in how people perceive you as if they like you, or showing you, not everybody's gonna like you. That's just the way it is, and be okay with that. Just know right now that not everybody's gonna like you, but know that you are always yourself, and you're always showing who you are. You're just not afraid to live out the personality that God gave you. You may be a very shy person, and you're okay with that. And you may be reserved, and you're okay with that. My husband is completely fine not talking to anybody. I am not okay not talking to anybody. And my husband, he is very aware that people know that he's not a big talker. It doesn't mean he doesn't like to have a good time, and it doesn't mean he's a mean person. But if they don't like him because he's not a big talker, that's on them. He's not going to hold a grudge, and he's not going to dwell on the fact that somebody doesn't like him. He's just going to know that maybe that's not a person that I'm going to have a close relationship with. And I think we need to focus on our tribe. I've said this word before. It's like a trend word right now about finding your tribe. But really being comfortable around your group of people, knowing that you can share things and be real with them. You can, outside of the workplace, you can let the tears flow and tell someone, I'm really struggling with this. Like right now, I just want to share, I'm sharing with you all how tired I am and how exhausted I am. I had to get out of the house. I didn't come home after work. I actually varied my routine. I usually come straight home after work if I don't have to go to the grocery store or get gas. And today, my friend was teaching Zumba. I love Zumba. And so I had the chance to go to her class, and it was such perfect timing for me because it's a proven fact that exercise can help your brain and helps pump endorphins. And it's just good for your overall mental health and physical health. And so there was a part of me today that was like, I'm really tired. I don't want to go, but I wanted to go, but I was really tired. So I went, and I'm really glad that I did. And one of the things that my friend was saying to me afterwards is, I talked a little bit because some of the steps I really messed up on. I'm sure I looked stupid. But I was in the front row, and I didn't know anybody except for her. And it's not like I was in the front row just to be showing off my moves, because I had never been to this Zumba class before. And if you go to any dance class and you don't know the steps, but people have been there and they're like regulars to these fitness classes, most people already know the steps and what's coming next, and I don't. So I'm just trying to anticipate and listen for cues and watch for cues on what to do next. So it was a little clumsy today. But when we were talking afterwards, she's like, you know what I love about you? You didn't hide in the back. And I said, well, I was going to look like an idiot in the back or in the front, so it didn't really matter to me where I stood, because I'm not afraid to be me anymore. I'm not afraid to look like I'm not the greatest dancer. I am not afraid to be where I'm at. It doesn't always mean I'm comfortable. For example, I'd like to lose some more weight and be in better shape. but I got to get there somehow. So why be ashamed of trying to go better myself by hiding? I don't see the point in that. And I'm not afraid for anyone to say, oh, that person's not a great dancer, or look at her, she's new. And I just really thought it was kind of cool that she mentioned to me that I didn't hide in the back. And I'm never a person that's going to hide in the back. I will always be myself. Doesn't mean I'm not nervous in certain situations. Everyone gets nervous, and you want to act appropriately for any given circumstance. But be real, be who you are, and stop caring what other people think, and you're going to grow exponentially into who you are once you stop caring about what other people think about you, what other people see as good parenting or bad parenting. You're going to get advice from everywhere, but stop and take a look at whose advice you want. Who do you admire? Who do you want to be like? And start listening to those people and not everybody, because not everybody's opinion is valuable, and not everybody's opinion comes from a caring place. You have to find the people who have opinions that are worth something and pursue those opinions to grow and get where you want, because that is growing into who God made you to be. And I just think it's extremely important not to put our value in somebody who has no value in our life, who has no care for our life. And that's a little bit a part of why I shared my story. I don't talk to my parents and my siblings because their opinion no longer brings value to my life. Not meaning it's all about me, but the opinions are not of value because I don't respect the opinions that are coming, the judgments that are placed on me, and I no longer am going to take that to heart and be so concerned about how I am viewed. When it comes down to it, those people don't really know me, family or not, friends, otherwise it does not matter. People who don't know me don't get to have this bar set for me. And if they have it and they're so concerned about thinking about the way I live and who I am, then they're wasting a lot of time, because unless they care about me and bring something to the table in a relationship we're going to grow from one another, I don't want to hear their opinion. I am okay with hearing constructive criticism, but it has to come from someone who has worth, who has value, that I admire, that I look up to, that I see good traits in, that their advice is coming from a place of knowledge and love. I hope that makes sense to you. And I have been experiencing a lot of things this week where people are just not being who they are, and they're so concerned about what the person above them, how they're going to be perceived. And I just don't play that game, and I don't want you to play that game either, because it's exhausting, and we have enough to think about and enough to on our plates with work and kids and all the things that we juggle. We really don't need to be trying to impress all of these other people whose opinions are not of any value. Don't fixate on those things. Fixate on the things above and who God tells you are, and the things that He's given you and the personality traits that He's given you, and share those with people. Share who you are, because you have value to bring to somebody and something, and you're just going to flourish and grow into who you are. And I really just want to encourage you just not to be afraid. So I wanted to share a little bit about God's Glory Box. I revealed it in my last podcast, and I was super excited about it. And I'm actually going to do a giveaway right now. It's going on right now on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. So check out my Facebook page, which is The Working Mom, and my Instagram, which is just my name, Sandy R. Wessel, and find out how you can get a free box of God's Glory Box. They're really amazing, and again, they feed 5 meals per box that is purchased, and I have a discount code. So when you go to purchase and you go to checkout, make sure if you're buying one box, you use The Working Mom 5, as you can save $5 off of your first box. And if you purchase 3, 6, 9, or 12 boxes, you can save $10 by using the code TheWorkingMom10. I highly recommend this box. It's very encouraging. It's very uplifting. All of the products that you're purchasing are from other artists that are Christian businesses, and it's just a good way to support and love on one another and provide meals for people who need them. So it's really exciting. And I also want to share on being real. Any of the people that I mention that I am recommending and I have a code for, I want you to know that these people are not people who are companies that I don't like and I don't trust. I have reached out to companies that I want to create a partnership with so that I can bring reviews and really give you my honest opinion on the products. And so I'm really excited to say that I am going to be partnering with Sierra Metal Designs. If you haven't seen them or heard about them before, they are really crafty. They do like the mama bear things. They have necklaces, cups, t-shirts, and it's just really cool. A lot of them have like Bible verses and stuff like that. So I'm just super excited. I'm going to get their mama box in April and do a review for you guys. See if you like it. So I'm excited to do that. Another company that I would like to mention, it's a newer company. It's called Braces. I did a review on my Instagram. It's in my highlights, my review on Braces. And as you know, I got braces not that long ago. And the other day, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that a bracket fell off, which I have this wire sticking out. So in a couple weeks, I'm going to get that fixed. But I found this company who, instead of using wax, you can get, they're like these little silicone plastic pieces you can place on your bracket. They clip right in. They're super easy. And I think it's a great product. So if you have kids that are having braces and they're having problems with it touching their lip and hurting, which I do, this product is a great product. It's called My Braces, and even if you're an adult, they have clear ones, but if they're younger, they have some really cool like emoji ones or different colors. So definitely check out those 3 companies. But enough about the people that I'm working with. I just wanted you to know the people that I do work with. I would never ever give a company recommendation that I didn't already know and trust and love. And if I do a review, I'm not going to say I love everything if I don't love everything, because I value honesty. And I want you to know that you can trust me when I am telling you who I might potentially be working with as my podcast grows. But I really hope you are enjoying my podcast and the things that I'm bringing to you. Please reach out to me and let me know if there's other topics that you want to talk about. If there's something you're struggling with, I'd love to go over that and talk about that topic. I am looking for more working moms to collaborate with. I tried to get my mother-in-law to do that. She's here for spring break, and she is just like, no. Because that's not who she is. She is always real too. She's going to be like, I don't like that. That's not my thing. And you can always expect her to be real. So I thought I'd give it a shot and ask her if she wanted to be a guest on my podcast, but she said no. So you won't get to meet her, but I value her for being real and just not ever being someone that I have to question. So in the wrap up for all of this, make sure you push into who God made you and push into the characteristics that you have, the gifts that God has given you, the talents that God has given you, the passions that God has given you, and push forward in those and surround yourself. I've said this many times, surround yourselves with the people who want to support you in your dreams and push forward. And never stop being who you are, because it matters and you're going to be loved by the people who really matter. So thank you so much for listening to episode 15 of the Working Mom Podcast. I very, very soon will be having my new logo, and I'm going to do a big giveaway. So make sure you follow me on social media. And I'm going to get my website up as soon as I get that. And there's just so many things I want to bring you. So I keep saying this, and I'm really excited, and I'm hyping it up because I am just super excited, and I have this big plan of things of where I'm going to take this. So keep following along this podcast and on my journey, and reach out to me because I really want to hear your story, and I want to hear from you because I care. All right, guys, have a good week.